You ain't gonna believe what happened over here, man. Yeah. Real warm out there, and they came in the house. Somebody had good, and cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Mine. You better believe it, 'cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big.
Welcome to the nightcap. It's time for just one more. The Mimi's Makings and Motions. Warrior Logistics. Super late models. And boy, howdy, Sean Neistat. If they are anything like we've already seen today, they are going to be Facebook chat worthy.
Absolutely. Are we using our inside voices for this portion of the show?
Yes, we are, because I'm having trouble hearing after being at the Wheeler Walker Jr. concert between the two races.
Yes.
Yes.
Great show out there over in turn number 1. And good times were had. Blake Majulis, your quick timer for these Mimi's Makings and Motions super late models that we've got rolling on the Eldora Speedway. Dylan Yeager, Alex Bergeron, Evan C., and Tanner Tomasi, your top 5 in qualifications.
Yeah. Now we can use our our outside voices now.
Hey, I should say hi. She comments every week and says hello to us. So hello, Patricia Payne, one of our great viewers tuned in tonight on Facebook.
Yes. So if you're watching at Facebook, interact. There's like 40 people right now, Sean. I promise I will not run any more than 40 off tonight.
Well,
how many heat races do you think we have tonight?
Ooh, I'm gonna go 5. 5 heat races is my guess.
Ooh. I was waiting to get confirmation from Wheeler on that.
Oh, see. And
5 heat races.
We're
yes.
Take the top 4, Jerry. Top 4 to the A.
Ooh, that's good. Where'd that lineup go? I was going to read that real quick, but apparently it ran away. I think Blake Majulis was quick time.
Yes.
At the Eldora Speedway. There it is. Blake Majulis on the pole, D1RT. Jay Place to his outside.
Zach McSwain, the 25, and James Ray, the 00 there in row 2.
Hey, there we go. It's John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 from Team D1RT and Tyler Reed in the 58.
Richard Murtaugh Jr., the 33. He'll start inside the 4th row with Jacob Harberts to his outside.
Then we will see Tyson Pankow in the 91 and Justin Robinson, the 21. Rich Murtaugh sent another 500 stars, so thank you. Of course, don't forget, if you're watching along, tagging along, share, like, spread the word, send some stars, all of that stuff, as we will be set to go. And I think the topic we want to discuss on if you're watching, the comments below is, what would it mean if you were fan of the week, and how would you be our fan of the week this week?
Ooh, I would.
Yes.
That's worth celebrating. Here we go. We are racing at the Eldora Speedway. Blake Majulis going to take him on down into turn number 1. Our first of 5 heat races underway, Jerry.
Blake Majulis right behind him. Jay Place says, it is my race, and I'm going to put her here in the number 2 spot. Zach McSwain running the number 2 spot. John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44. They'll hustle on down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Battles on for the race lead. Majulis and Place sizing each other up down the back straightaway.
Zach McSwain right there ready to strike. He'll go to the top. He sees the open lane on the high side of the speedway. Can he get the run at the race leaders? Trying to build the momentum. Now he dives to the bottom. Look at this. Daily double. Well, no, not quite. Majulis goes up to the top. He'll hold on to the lead. Place and McSwain still side by side, Jerry.
Ooh, I thought he was playing the card game Uno, because that's all he got. He gave it and got it. Down into turn number 1 they go. It is McSwain throwing haymakers. He goes to the number 3 spot now. Oh, him and Ruggiero got together. Ruggiero crossed up off a 2. It'll be Blake Majulis still out front. Caution is waving on the speedway. Caution out on the racetrack.
I think James Ray had some trouble out there, the 00 machine. And that may be the cause of our first caution of the night for these Mimi's Makings in Motion Warrior Logistics super late models. The Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay here. There's James Ray heading up the racetrack. Ooh. And they run out of room.
No, they didn't run out of room. They just ran into the wall.
Yes. They were heading out of bounds, and in this court, there's concrete that prevents that from happening.
Yes, you cannot go out into the trees.
Nor would you want to, but there you see James Ray, car going around. Good-looking race car, a little bent up there. Nice paint scheme on that machine, and they'll have to try to hustle it on up. And yeah, looks like he has, I think he's taking it pit side. He has, so consolation action in his future. Blake Majulis, he's trying to hold on to a transfer spot out front. Jay Place, Zach McSwain, and John Ruggiero Jr. Ruggiero, if you noticed in that replay, got that 44 machine extremely loose right before the caution, so a bit of luck on his side in this one. He'll hold on to that fourth and final transfer when we come back to the green.
Yeah, so he was able to capitalize on that one and keep that spot. Got the lucky dog.
Hey, we've got one of the Houston Speedway names from the past that I like to see here. See, Chad Mellenburnt is watching with us tonight. He used to drive that 97 car, second-generation driver. See, he's watching here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're back to green, Jerry.
What do you mean used to? He still should. I mean, Houston's is back open.
Man.
You and I are going to be there on a select full handful of Sundays. I'm so excited for Mother's Day. Speaking of excited, so's Jay Place down there running the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make something happen. He's not excited that Blake Majulis is leading this race because he sure would like to be there. But behind them, they will get McSwain and Ruggiero side by side.
Majulis going to head on down into turn 3 off of turn number 4. Place works the bottom, so 2 groups here very early on at the Eldora Speedway. 2 laps remaining in our opening of 5 heat races. Blake Majulis working on the win in this one, working on a pole position starting spot in tonight's 50-lap main event. They'll see the white flag. Final lap on the opening heat race is underway.
They'll work down to turn number 1 and 2. Final time down the back straightaway. Majulis, Place, McSwain, and Murtaugh. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those cars looking to transfer in that particular order into tonight's main. Down the front straightaway, Majulis, Place, McSwain, and Murtaugh, all earning a spot in tonight's 40-lap main. We'll see how they came across the rest of the way. It will be Majulis, Place, McSwain, Murtaugh, Ruggiero going to a B, along with Pankow, Herberts, Robinson, Reed, and Ray. So they try to hit that last chance to dance race, the B main later. Mimi's Makings and Motions, Warrior Logistics Heat Race number 2. Going to see Dylan Yeager from Rocket Race Setups in the 48, and Davin Cardwell from Team with no info, it says, in the 07.
Brent Carter in the second row, Team VLR number 69, and the Vanderpool Racing number 3, Lyndon Whitfield, going to start outside of row 2.
There's Mason Lobb in the 28 out of driving the Slam Sim Sports, and Full Throttle Performance, Dixon Slinger.
The Tail Tag and Motorsports 999 of Corey Sibley lining up 7th, and outside of row 4, it's Ethan Toder, the Drew Hopkins Racing car number 23.
Then we will see Eric Sculp there in the 50, and Dustin, what did we say that was? Mamboquet or something like that. It's Canadian, I do know that.
Oui.
Oh,
It's French Canadian.
Mamboquet. We're gonna go. Yes, I think it's the French Canadian.
Yes.
Mamboquet. We're gonna go with that. So they get ready to go here at Eldora.
Oh, you can see they're taking that stage down. We had that concert between the big blocks and the supers outside turn 1. I can see the stage out there. They're taking that down. Great concert was had between the
yes, it was. I mean, I am in the mood to eat and kick is what I'm in the mood for. I'm just in the mood for eating and kicking. I think that's going to be what I'm going to do Monday morning is I'm going to do some eating and do some kicking. And speaking of kicking, we're going to kick this one into high gear, and it's going to be Dylan Yeager working it to the top spot. Davin Cardwell, Mason Lobb, your top 3. Look out, trouble down the back straightaway, a couple of them together.
Yeah, they were rubbing the concrete down the back straightaway. Everyone gets it sorted out. We stay green. Dylan Yeager out to the early race lead on this one. Lobb, Cardwell, and Dixon Slinger in the transfer spots right now on the speedway. They'll head on down into turn number 3, side by side for the position there. Slinger, Cardwell, all happening right in front of Corey Sibley, who's one out of a transfer.
They'll work them on down. Yeager, Lobb, Slinger, Cardwell. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They'll see Cardwell go to the outside in the 70 car. Cardwell to the top of the racetrack, the 50 machine. Dixon Slinger down on the bottom. It is side by side for, the top 6 spots as we motor back to turn number 1.
There you see big run there from Dylan Yeager. He's looking for the lead. He'll have it heading into turn number 3. Mason Lobb going to try and battle it back on the inside. Gets the car all sorts of sideways off of turn number 4. Dylan Yeager leads this one now at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. Lobb trying to battle back on the inside, but the momentum too strong. Dylan Yeager will lead him back into turn number 3. Here comes that 70 machine of Davin Cardwell. He's starting to sing on the high side.
They work him down the front straightaway. Everybody trying to find a line to confine and make it work. It is Yeager, Lobb, Cardwell, Slinger, top 4. Golf 1 out looking in. Now you see it. Cardwell up there going to rip the lip, going to put that thing right to the heap of the Crete. Down the front straightaway we go. There's 2 laps remaining.
It is still Dylan Yeager with Mason Lobb within striking distance. Here's a big run from Davin Cardwell. He's got the nose there, can't get the position. Meanwhile, Lobb goes to the bottom. Oh, we've got contact with the white flag in the air. Here we go. The top 4 enter turn number 1. Anybody's guess how they're going to come back to the checker, Jerry.
You saw that. It's a 48 of Dylan Yeager. He caught the daily double there. And speaking of catching, it was Cardwell catching the bottom Crete wall down the bottom side of turn 1, but Mason Lobb, Dylan Yeager, Dixon Slinger, and Davin Cardwell going to punch their ticket to tonight's main event. And we'll take a look at the rundown and recap of the finishing order of heat race number 2. Lobb, Yeager, Slinger, Cardwell. See ya. We'll talk to you guys in the A main. These guys coming back to qualify into that one. It'll be Skolf, Whitful. Then it'll be Toter, Sibley, Carter, and Mamborquet.
We'll have it by the end of the night.
Yeah, well, somebody will tell us how to pronounce it, and that will be awesome. Probably the guy that could tell us how to pronounce it would be Alex Bergeron out of Quebec, Canada, there in the 12 for Team ABR Esports, and Adam Hummerding there in the 42 to the outside.
Hey, look at this. Row number 2, the D1RT Racing number 14. That's Tia Moppert on the inside. Christopher Ferguson in the 16 ride will start to her outside.
Dylan Wilson for Team D1RT Racing, and Robert Fletcher for full throttle performance there in the 3rd row.
4th row is made up of the Team VLR 37 of Randall Carter inside and the Sub-Zero 89. That's Eric York starting on the outside.
Then we will see Tyler Schultz driving for Team Outlaw Motorsports, and Damian Kiefer in the 13. Rich Murtaugh trying to get some conversation sparked up, asking everybody where they're from down there. Holy goodness, stop it. Hold the phone. It is a Christmas miracle. It just popped up that Sean Neistat is watching with me. Facebook.
Weird.
Holy cow. I mean, I had the shakes and the sweats, and I mean, I was 10 degrees from not passing a COVID test there.
Ooh, shakes in the sweats. That's just because you hit the barbecue stand on the way back up here to the announce booth. You were all over that tonight. Yeah.
Oh, guess who else is watching? Our inaugural fan of the week, Jim Emery. Good to have Jim Emery tuned on in and watching as he sees that 12 car of Alex Bergeron take the lead down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, hang on. Oh, they are right and tight and ready to fight. Here comes Dylan Wilson, and we are cautious. Yellow.
Is that our first caution? No, we had one in our first heat race. So here's a look at what happened here in our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. As you see the incident here, Tyler Schultz runs up the racetrack and gets turned to the right as they ran out of real estate, and that draws the yellow. Hey, hello, Eric Mosier, one of my local racers up here from the Street Stock Division. He's tuned in. Trisha, who works with me at I-90 Speedway, she's watching tonight. Josh Huseman down there in Northwest Iowa tuned in. Some good folks tuned in here tonight and watching the action of these Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. And good to have everyone turned in. Rich Murtaugh from Fulton, New York, by the way. Jerry, we're talking about where we're from on Facebook right now.
I am from parts unknown in the central part of the country. Not sure why, but that's where I'm from.
That's that whole witness protection program that you're in. We can't talk about.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time back when I don't know.
Seen
of
things,
those
man.
Hagen Sorensen's watching. I thought Hagen Sorensen might race season 12 with us in the Supers. Of course, he was a former pro late model champion. It's a school night, though. He should be in bed at 9:13. Unless it's spring break for Harlan, Iowa.
It is that time of year. I saw a robin in my yard today, first time. So spring is here in South Dakota, Jerry.
Yes, I've seen a couple robins. They've been stalking and peeping in the window here lately when I'm waking up in the morning. Got goofy looking feathers, but they make weird noises. But it's good to see the robins. Next thing will be earthworms, and then the Easter Bunny will come and leave me candy, and I will be as happy as Alex Bergeron leading this heat race number 3 down the back straightaway.
Adam Homberding there in hot pursuit in the 42. Tia Moppert takes the 14 to the bottom. Moppert looking for second. Can't quite get there on Homberding. She'll dive to the bottom. Back here in turn number 1. Meanwhile, Dylan Wilson, the 80 ride. Here comes his momentum coming after that third spot held by the 14 of Moppert. Those right now are your 4 transfer cars. Christopher Ferguson runs back there in the 5th spot. Here's the battle for the lead. Slide job. Homberding after Bergeron. Homberding into the wall. Bergeron back to the lead, Jerry.
Bergeron goes back to the lead. Homberding right there. Tia Moppert playing with the boys and the toys. Right back there in the number 3 spot. It'll be Dylan Wilson sitting back there in 4th, 5th. One out. Looking in is Christopher Ferguson. Off of 2 and down the back straightaway. It will be that 80 machine of Dylan Wilson to the inside of Tia Moppert. They come down the front straightaway. We will be looking at 2 laps to go.
Down into turn 1. Still a great race going on for third. Right now advantage. Dylan Wilson, the 80. He's got it. Moppert now back to the bubble position. Final transfer spot right now in her hands. White flag in the hands at the starter stand. Alex Bergeron sees it. Final lap is underway.
Final time off of 2 and down the back straightaway. The 42 chasing the 12. That is Bergeron and Homberding. They will lay him off of turn number 4. Alex Bergeron picks up the win. Adam Homberding. Then it'll be Dylan Wilson and Tia Moppert hanging on to that 4th and final transfer spot. So heat race number 3 in the books. Taking a look at that official rundown. Make sure there's no penalties addressed on anything. Bergeron, Homberding, Wilson, Moppert to the A. The rest of them going to last chance races. That's Ferguson, Carter, Kiefer, Fletcher, Schultz, and York. So race number 4 now coming to this speedway. Picked up the big block win. Driving the 45. Well, it'll be the 33. That is Team VLR racer Evan C. and Brandon Freeberg to the outside.
Second row, Drew Hopkins racing car number 157. The driver is Drew Hopkins. Next to him, that's Devin Morgan in the Team VLR car number 112.
We will see row number 3 to the inside. It's Travis Gardner there in the 36, and Matthew Logan for Team D1RT.
In the 4th row, Daniel Powell, the 32 inside. The Drew Hopkins Racing 49 of Chase Hardy on the outside.
Timothy Korkakowski there in the 40, and Gavin Korkakowski in the 15. Your final 2 starters. Matt Linderman tuned in and watching. Just wants to hear White Castles.
Oh, we had a lot of White Castles in the big block race earlier tonight. Oh my!
I guarantee you there'll be plenty of castles of white served up tonight.
1 lap from the start here in a heat race number 4 of 5. Again, we will take 4 transfer spots directly to the main event. Glad to have everyone tune in. If you're chatting with us here on Facebook, maybe you're watching on YouTube, or right here on the homepage of iRacing, wherever you're tuned in from tonight. Great to have you with us for the World of Thunder Nightcap on our Super Sunday Fun Day. The Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models, and we're green with Heat 4.
Green flag will wave out of the starter stand. Evan C. going to take that 33 there to the top spot. Watching him off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Drew Hopkins, Brandon Freeberg. They will go neck and neck down into turn number 3 and 4. Side-by-side action off of 4 and down the front straightaway for second.
Evan C., though, out front like he was the majority of that big block race. But look at this 3-car battle for the second spot. They nearly go 3 wide. Now a little contact. There, things are going to get real bad getting into turn number 3. and the yellow flag waves for the incident over there in the third turn. So we are under caution once again early on. 6 laps to go in heat number 4. And we'll see if we can get a look here as Drew Hopkins and Daniel Powell, I think, together there at the entrance of the third turn, Jerry.
We'll see what happens. Hopkins are in the 157. They get together and things just, whoa, hang on. Things looking not good. So as they get things put back together and rightened on up. Evan C. out there. New sponsor on that car. Well, on his big block anyway, the Selena 52 truck stop coming aboard.
Yeah, great showers, I've heard.
Exactly, and congratulations to Danny Bryan. He was moved up from day shift manager. He was their shower experience specialist there at Selena 52 truck stop. So, proud supporters of the 33 machine. Sean, they're hiring.
Yeah, I've heard. They're a little out of my area. You know, it'd be tough to report to work there on a regular basis. But
you know who else is hiring?
Who's that?
Warrior Logistics, and they have those. You too could, if you've got your CDL and you're looking, you got your CDL and looking to better your experience in your driving. Check them out, Warrior Logistics. Check them out on Facebook. Check out their website. They got locations in the Midwest, in the Kansas City area, and down in the Dallas, Texas area. So if you're a team driver and own a CDL and you want to better your career, see them. Warrior Logistics, they'll fix you up.
Very cool, very cool. Right now, Evan C., he's a driver to beat right now. That 33 machine out front and singing. Brandon Freeberg, Devin Morgan, and Chase Hardy up to that 4th spot. Well, they're holding the transfer spots. Travis Gardner right now in position number 5. And then the Korkeakoskis coming forward back to 6th and 7th.
There you go, down the front straightaway. They will hurry and scurry those hot rods off into the sunset down there. The 33 of Evan C., your leader. Here comes Brandon Freeberg, the 171 Freeberg, trying to make some moves on the 117 or the 25 or whatever number it is on the side of Devin Morgan's car right now. The 25 machine working there in the number 2 spot.
You want to confuse racing announcers. We base our whole lives on numbers, and then you just, give us a bunch of different numbers when it comes to iRacing. We get lost in a hurry. One number for certain right now, Jerry. 2 laps to go on this one. Chase Hardy, he continues to run in that final transfer spot. That's the one machine. The Travis Gardner, 1 spot out. White flag ready to wave, and Evan C. takes it. Final circuit of the Eldora Speedway, and this heat race is underway.
Evan C. out front. Devin Morgan working the 2 spot. Brandon Freeberg and Chase Hardy. Chase Hardy chasing that dream down, trying to make her to the A main tonight. They work off of turn number 4. Evan C. picking up the win as they come on across. Devin Morgan, Freeberg, and Hardy, your top 4. So we'll take a look and see their official results from the 4th heat race. Heat 5 getting ready to stage on up down there in the infield. It'll be Evan C., Devin Morgan, Brandon Freeberg, and Chase Hardy to the A. Gardner, Korkeakoski, Powell, Hopkins, and Logan, 2 last chance qualifiers. We did listen to Wheeler. We went to the Wheeler Walker Jr. concert,
We did.
You can, when you stop by the old Selena 52 truck stop, they sell his CDs right there. You can pick them up. Just like Tanner Tomasi picked up a front row starting spot with a great qualifying effort in the 09 of heat race number 5, and Huey Quillen sits to his outside.
Mike Augustine, he'll start in the 3rd spot, the 72 ride. Ryan Underwood, the 46, for Team VLR. He's your 4th starter.
There's Cole Cabré driving the 71 machine for Team D1RT. Maybe if he finishes on the podium tonight, Brett Wheeler will not rip the mic out of his hand before he's done talking. And then it'll be Austin Friedman, the Ace Motorsports 46 machine.
James Clausen starting 7th. That's the number 29 machine next to the Rocket Esports number 10 of Jason Salter.
Final 2 starters, CJ Howell in the 2 and Drake Troutman in the 7 car. Those are your stars and cars set to go. 8 laps of distance.
4 to the A. You know, I was really excited about seeing that robin in my yard, Jerry. It showed me that spring here may be here. You know, things change in a hurry in this part of the country, but it just got me thinking, you know, like, what do other people think, you know, for everyone on Facebook, what tells you spring is here? What do you see, or what happens that, you know, like, oh, winter is done?
I know exactly when spring has sprung here. Here where I live. There is one sign that tells me it's true. That spring is here.
Are you going to tell us?
Yeah, the neighbor lady down the hall shaves her legs, so I know it's springtime. That's when you know it's springtime here in West Des Moines, is when the ladies shave their legs from the winter. So we will see what happens as we go green flag. And I did today. She had the little stubble there, so I know it's spring has sprung. As we get ready to go to the green flag down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4, Tanner Tomasi, your race leader.
That update brought to us by D&D Small Engine Repair, where you can get your gas-powered weeders. Oh, never mind. We are heading on down. Augustine there. Quillen side by side, and here comes that 4 of Quillen through the middle. Cabré, that 71 machine, fresh off the podium run earlier tonight. He is ripping the bottom side of the speedway, and he's got the 2nd spot.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, it's still Tomasi, Augustine, Underwood, and Cabré. Look at this, man. They're going to fan him out 3 wide off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Cabré to the outside. We're getting some digs onto that 71. Here we go. White Castles, they're served up by courtesy of Underwood. Now there's going to be right side Romance, left side 11 coming. As now the party has been broken up, and we're back to racing off of 2. Down the back straightaway, Ryan Underwood with a big run to the number 2 spot.
Yeah, looked like Cabré got into the concrete, slowed him down. Now he's got his momentum back, and he's coming after Underwood. This all happening well behind Tanner Tomasi, who has checked out. He's in a whole new zip code. The battle for 2nd on the left of your screen, battle for the transfer right there in the middle of the screen, as right now Austin Friedman has the final spot directly to the A main. 3 laps to go in our final heat race.
Working it on in there. Now you see it. Underwood back to the number 2 spot. He went racing up the track. Here comes Cabré Friedman. Oh, it goes up under the skirt. We're going to go. Wow. There is a ton of action back there. We'll keep an eye on it. As it is Tomasi all alone out front, like Alex Robinson on a Friday night, as there's crashing behind him. As it is Underwood, Cabré, and Friedman, your top 4.
Quillen still 1 out of a transfer, or is he? Here he comes charging on the high side of the speedway in that 4 machine. Final lap of this one. Quillen and Friedman battling for the transfer as Tanner Tomasi, he's gone. Quillen gets into the outside wall. He's going to drop down to protect that final transfer spot. Checkered flag flies. Tanner Tomasi grabs it. Underwood, Cabré, and Quillen go to get the transfer positions in a hotly contested heat race number 5 tonight in these Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models. 5 heat races in the books. 20 drivers right now have qualified for the A main. The rest getting set for some consolation action, and we'll roll that C main onto the racetrack here momentarily. First, we'll get a look at your Heat 5 results coming up here in just a moment. The C main, by the way, 12 laps, top 4 will go from the C to the B. The B main will take 4 from that into the A to give us our 24-car starting grid for tonight's 50-lap main event here at the Eldora Speedway.
50 laps.
50. C main down there in the staging area, ready to pull onto the racetrack, Jerry. Oh, we've already had some wild action here tonight. Just wait. It's going to get even more crazy in the C main. C main, C stands for crazy in the field, beginning to make their way onto the racetrack behind the iRacing pace vehicle.
Yes, so taking a look, there are your 17 cars. Koski, Clausen, Robinson, Sibley, Fletcher, Powell, Salder, Reed, Carter, Schultz, Mamaquet, Hopkins, Logan, Ray, York, Howell, and Augustine. All 2 there.
So again, 12 laps, Jerry, and we will take 12 laps. And we will take 4 from this C main to tonight's B.
So we'll see how things line on up as a beautiful Sunday. Man, I don't know where everybody was at today, but it was, other than the wind here in the Midwest or here in Des Moines, it was beautiful. I think it got close to almost a little over 60 degrees.
Yes.
It was like,
The windows open to the house today, Jerry. It was gorgeous.
I still do. Windows are open. But you know what? If you want to keep the cat out, you got to put them closed and wave the green flag. Off at turn number 4 they go. Now look at this overhead shot. You see him. Oh boy! Hang tight. Oh boy! That was a lot of sliding by Robert Fletcher. Hang on to him as they get a rumbling and stumbling on down into turn number 1 and 2. It'll be Korkakowski, your race leader. Fletcher, Salter, and Clausen. Salter and Clausen going to work on each other.
Right now, it is Tyler Reed, Justin Robinson battling for 5th and 6th. That is out of a transfer spot to get to the B main. Timothy Korkakowski, your leader, down the back straightaway. Robert Fletcher working him over as they hit turn number 3. Jason Salter there works the bottom. And now we've got a battle for that final transfer spot at the stripe.
How they'll work them on down into turn number 1 and 2. Like we said, you got to be in the top 4 to go to the B main. That'll be your last chance to dance. Korkakowski up there in the front spot. Fletcher, Salter, Clausen, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is a top line. There's a bottom line. They will work them down into turn number 1 and 2. Fletcher down around the bottom of the racetrack. Korkakowski up on the top. Or excuse me, switch it around. Korkakowski up on the top. Fletcher's on the top. I'm all confused because now we're 3 wide down to the front straightaway.
Oh my, it is getting wild here. You see a kind of a 5-car battle for the lead happening right there. Only 4 transfer spots. Here comes that 40W machine on the bottom. Oh, gets it sideways. Korkakowski going to lose some spots. Now back up to the 4th position as they exit the corner. 6 laps in, 6 laps to go in the C main, and we're nearly 4 wide for the 3rd position. Oh my, Jerry.
She's going to be on like Donkey Kong. There you go. Fan it 4 deep off of turn number 4 back to 3 wide. Still Fletcher, Clausen, Salter. Now Tyler Reed has moved in the 4th and final transfer spot there in the 58 car. He will sit ahead of that 69 machine of Brent Carter. Carter 1 out looking in. Working down into turn number 3 and 4. This time coming to start lap number 9. Battle for the lead. Here we go. 5 cars down into turn number 1.
Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, a little bobble there on the bottom. They're going to have to check up. The 10 of Jason Salter made a mistake, took the lead, and just like that, he goes from the lead back to 4th in just 1 corner. Slide job, Brent Carter to the lead in the 69. They flash by the stripe, 3 circuits to go. Slide job, Tyler Reed to the lead. Here comes Carter back to his inside. Oh my, 4 cars racing for the lead now, Jerry.
A lap and a half ago, Brent Carter was out of a transfer. He was in the 5th spot. Now they will run him back down there. You have got the race of the night right here, your C main. Everybody knows they've got to be in that top 4. They'll get back 2 and 3 wide racing down the back straightaway. Still Carter, Reed, Salter, and Fletcher. That's your top 4. Jimmy Ray, where'd he come from? Came from deep in the field in that car. As they hustle him on down. White flag in the air and 1 to go.
So Brent Carter, Tyler Reed off of turn 2 for the final time and down the back straightaway for the final transfer spot. James Ray has it. James Ray had trouble in his heat race. He's in the 4th and final transfer spot looking for the win at the line. They're crushing, they're banging, and Tyler Reed, Brent Carter, Jason Salter, and James Ray, who gained 9 spots going to the A main. Oh my, Jerry. Wow, what a C feature.
That was crazy. You didn't tell me that. Reed, Carter, Salter, Ray. Where did Jimmy Ray come from? He wasn't even a factor 3 laps ago in this deal.
Started 13th and gets a transfer spot. What a C feature.
Congratulations to those 4, as the rest of them going to be going to the trailer and taking the love tunnel and maybe sitting outside of 3 and 4 watching the feature. John Ruggiero Jr., the 44 for Team D1RT, on the pole to his outside. Eric Skolf in the 5-0.
Second row, the 16, Christopher Ferguson inside, Travis Gardner, the 36 on the outside.
Then we go to row number 3. It'll be Austin Friedman, the 46 from Ace Motorsports, and Tyson Pankow in the 91.
Making up row number 4 will be the Vanderpool Racing number 3 of Lyndon Whitfill and the Team VLR number 37 of Randall Carter.
Look at there, it's Gavin Korkakowski there in the 15 and Drake Troutman in the 7.
And row 6, Jacob Herbert's inside, and Ethan Toder going to be on his outside in the 23.
Damian Kiefer in the 13, and then you'll see your B-main transfer, C-main transfer cars, Tyler Reed there in the 58 to the outside of row number 7.
And then your final 3 starters, Brent Carter, the 69, Jason Salter in the 10, and how many more cars can James Ray pass? The 00 will start 17th. You've got to say, though, Tyler Reed in that one picked up that C-main win. He gained 7 spots, Jerry, so a lot of passing already here in feature action tonight at the Eldora Speedway for these World of Thunder, Mimi's Makings and Motions, Warrior Logistics Super Late Models.
Yeah, it's been a crazy, whacked-out Sunday night. And we'll see what happens. 4 to the show. This is your last chance to dance. So you know it's going to get aggressive. If you're in 5th, you know if you're looking at 4th of the white flag, it is going to be on like Donkey Kong. Speaking of that, it's going to be Ruggiero taking the race lead down the back straightaway. Eric Skolf to the number 2 spot. 3rd right now, Christopher Ferguson. Ferguson working into the 3 spot. 4th is Friedman. Lap 1 in the books.
One of 14 laps in this B main is counted. They're 3 wide already for that 2nd spot, and then side by side behind that battle as well. The Eldora Speedway does not disappoint. 3 different grooves off of that corner. It continues to be Skolf, Ferguson, and Friedman battling for the 2nd spot.
They'll race him on down. Look at this, Friedman. Oh, there's contact down the back straightaway. We got him crashing. Oh, boy, they were in the feature. You were in a transfer spot. What was you thinking? Gavin Korkakowski says, I don't care what they were thinking. I've now moved into a transfer spot along with the 37 of Randall Carter.
We remain green. Lyndon Whitfill, 1 out of a transfer. Jacob Harbert's battling with him. You see that side-by-side battle. There you see them deeper in the field. 3, thinking about 4 wide as John Ruggiero Jr. out to a 1.3 second lead over the 46 of Friedman.
It is Harbert's right there. Now look at this. The battle for 4th is going to be on. Randall Carter has got it. Carter to the outside of the 15 of Korkakowski. Korkakowski on the bottom side. They're going to try to make it 3 wide off of 2 with Friedman, Korkakowski, and Carter. Those guys are racing for a better starting spot in the A main. We're getting some knowledge. Now look at this. Korkakowski on the bottom side in that 15 car. They'll make it 3 wide. Now back to 2 deep off of 2 and down the back straightaway.
As those 2 are battling, Austin Friedman and Gavin Korkakowski right behind him, you see Lyndon Whitfill starting to close in. So he may have something to say there with that 21 machine. Christopher Ferguson closing as well. Oh, that's getting close there off the corner as you see them hustle on down the back straightaway.
They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Watch this. Here comes Landon Whitfill in the 21. Has he got the speed to maybe get the deed done and go to the number 4 spot? We'll find out. Laps are winding down. You've got just 6 remaining on this one. Look at there to the outside again. It once again is Chris Ferguson. Ferguson 1 out looking in. He will take a look to the outside of Austin Friedman's 89 machine. Down the front straightaway we go. The battle's on for the transfer.
And as we talk about that, I also want to take a note here. James Ray from deep in the sea, he's up to the 7th spot. 3 out of a transfer as it sits right now. You see him right there on the screen. Starting to run short on time. Can he keep it alive here tonight? We have just 4 laps to go in this B main event. Here he comes. That 00 machine's got to run on the inside, Jerry.
Down the back straightaway. Hang on, Jimmy Ray. Jimmy Ray said, did you ask if I wanted to dance? I said, no, you look great in them pants. Working them down there, walking around the bottom of the racetrack. It'll be side by side off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Can he do it? He's up to 7th. Time is running out. You're going to be looking at 2 laps to go. The 00 Jimmy Ray. Well, he got skirted right there. Took a look up under the skirt. And can he do it? He's just got to get around 2 more cars to put himself into the A, but that's not going to be easy feat.
Here you see Christopher Ferguson, Lyndon Whitfield for the 4th spot as the white flag is out. Ruggiero well in control of this one by over 2 seconds, so he's going to put his car into the main event. Christopher Ferguson, Gavin Korkiakowski battling for 3rd and 4th as Ruggiero takes the checkered flag.
We'll look for our top 4. Looks like Gavin Korkiakowski going to come there in the 4th spot. Chris Ferguson to 3rd, Randall Carter and John Ruggiero. Those are your 4 transfer cars, and the rest of them just said, let's wreck them on up because we ain't racing again. So top 4 moving on. The rest of them, well, we'll see them back here next Sunday night. As always, a good, strong field of super late models here on the World of Thunder Esports League. So we're just about ready. Your final feature of the night. But before we do that, we're going to kick on back. Pay some bills. You're watching the Warrior Logistics Mimi's Makings in Motion Super Late Models here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Here we go, Sean. It is time. It's that sad time of Sunday.
Oh, but it's such an exciting time of our Sundays as well.
It is the final feature of the evening. Your 50-lap Mimi's Makings in Motion Warrior Logistics Super Late Model A main event. Gavin Korkiakowski going to start 24th and Chris Ferguson in the 23rd spot.
Randall Carter outside row 11, and his inside, John Ruggiero Jr.
Then we'll see Huey Quillen in outside of row number 10 to the inside, Chase Hardy.
And then it's Tia Moppert starting 18th in the 14 car, and Davin Cardwell, the 07, starts 17th.
Then we'll see Richard Murtaugh Jr. in the 33 and Cole Cabray in the 71.
Moving to the row in front of them, it'll be Brandon Freeberg in the 171, Dylan Wilson in the 80.
Taking a look at the next row, we move to row number 6, Dixon Slinger on the outside, and Zach McSwain starting 11th.
We go to your top 10 starters now. Outside the 5th row, the Team VLR 46 of Ryan Underwood. Inside of him from 9th, the Team VLR 112 of Devin Morgan.
Taking a look here, we go there to now the... lost it, Devin Morgan. There we go, row number 4, Adam Hummerding in the 42, and the 48 is Dylan Yeager.
Starting 6th, it's Jay Place in the 39, and your 5th starter, the 09 of Tanner Tomasi.
It'll be to 2nd row, Evan C., your big block winner, sitting to the outside of the inside. Your 410 winner, Alex Bergeron.
And tonight's front row, the Slam Sim Sports number 28. On the outside, it is Mason Lobb. And on the pole, he won his heat race. He set quick time, and he drives for Team D1RT Racing. It's the 127 of Blake Majulis.
There you go. Who has it been? Get your picks in. If you're watching, give us your picks in the comments below. Drop them on in. Let us know who you think is going to be tonight's late model feature winner. It will be Majulis and Lob on the front row. They'll make their way into turn number 3 and 4. Sean, it is about that time. It's go time. The green flag is waving, and here we go. Super late model nightcap is underway.
Jerry, they're wasting no time. 3 wide immediately within the top 5. Look at them hustle down the back straight away. Alex Bergeron and all the company right there in the top 5. Little crinkle of the sheet metal. Oh, they're stacking them up off of turn number 4. We've got trouble, and we've got a caution flag over the speedway. Big trouble there in the 4th turn. Jay Place, I think the car that was involved and turned around over there in the 4th turn, and we'll get a look at it here on our UltimateDirtTV instant replay. There you see Place gets into the concrete. They're racing 4 wide or 3 wide right behind them. Nowhere to hide, and they stack up.
Ryan Underwood had nowhere to go. Like I said, that thing started right there under the old Hunt Brothers Pizza sign, and then it's like, hang on, whoa. And then, Ryan Underwood says, I don't care. I'm looking up under the skirt. I gots to go.
Yeah, nowhere for him to go, and we've got a caution flag. You know what I thought was interesting, Jerry, is we heard a couple of our drivers in the podium of the big blocks talk about 40 laps not being very much time in one of these races, and now thinking 50 laps. Well, 40 is not much time. 50 really isn't long, but I'm thinking 50 laps is a pretty long race. So, kind of an interesting mindset of our drivers here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. Yeah,
so we'll find out. 50 laps will do you. It's dueling and grueling here at Eldora, as it is. With the racetrack going to the top, you got to be ginger up there. But yet you gotta, if you're gonna get to the bottom, you gotta make sure you sing it and send it full, because if you go in the bottom pretty quick, you know where you're gonna end up at. It's usually on the top, coming out in front of somebody's nose. So we'll see what happens as Majulis will roll it on around into turn number 1 and 2. Alex Bergeron at the number 2 spot. Mason Lob down there. Bergeron and Lob working there, the 33 machine. Here comes Tanner Tomasi and Evan C.
So as they will sort them out now, as it still is the 1:27 showing the way of Blake Majulis here early on in this one, starting to pull away by just about 0.7 of a second early in this one. Bergeron, Evan C. right there together, down by the stripe they go, still early on in this feature event.
Old tomato sauce running back there in the number 4 spot. Tomasi working there. Now look at this. Here comes the 33, Evan C. What a move on the 12 of Alex Bergeron. Went around him, just sucked the numbers off of that 12 car as he had it all wound for sound. Off of 2 down the back straight away. Now the caution is out, yellow on the speedway.
Looking like Chase Hardy had some trouble out here, as we'll go to our UltimateDirtTV replay. And yes,
he had a little help getting to the outside wall for a bicycle.
A little Tony Hawk action over there.
Yes.
And
I went from a bicycle right to there. I'm trying to figure out, as I look out the window, the pizza delivery guy's been here for a long time. I always wonder that when a pizza delivery guy comes and they're here for a long time and somebody screwed the order up or something, and or like, no, that's not our pizza, we didn't order that, and it's already paid for. Do you think I could just, get it for free?
Just go like, hey, what is it? What kind of pizza you got there?
Exactly.
I like that that's where your head goes. You're thinking, hey, the pizza delivery guy's been there a while. Maybe I can get a free pizza out of this deal. I start to think other things. I don't know. You're a peer man, Jerry Van Sickle. You are a peer man. I just.
What were you thinking about?
Well, I would wonder what my neighbors are up to if the pizza man's hanging out at their house.
Well, they're hungry.
Well, right. So like, did they invite the pizza man in? Is the pizza man enjoying pizza with them? Like, what is going on over there? That's where my head goes.
Oh. If it was the FedEx guy coming, I would think that they were delivering Mimi's Makings in Motion novelty and trinkets and nightlights for your nightstand.
I delivered
pizza
in different
back in high
school.
So did I.
Nothing was cool about it.
Nah, sometimes it was cool. Like when you forgot to wear your jacket, cool, you know, because it was cold out.
Oh,
So you were
yeah,
cool.
yeah, chilly.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of chili, it's time to sauce this thing up. Here we go. Alex Bergeron coming to the bottom. He is looking. Can he get them served up? Not that time. Tomasi back there in the number 3 spot. Look at this battle. Here comes Mason Lob to the inside. Hammerding right there in the 42. Underwood in the 46. Going to creep and crawl to the outside. Devin Morgan working back there in the number 6 spot. Sean, you've got him 2 deep all the way through the field.
It is wild here at Eldora as the top 3 going to try to just kind of separate, collect their thoughts, and save their equipment for the final stages of this one. Here comes Tanner Tomasi in 4th. Dylan Yeager looking lower to the inside of him. Yeager trying to get the run. Tomasi holds 4th. Strong. There you see. It is on up front, though. Evan C. has caught Blake Majulis and Alex Bergeron, making it a 3-person race out front right now. Majulis and C together off of turn number 4.
You've got your 3 points getters right up front. Of course, Majulis and Bergeron are tied for points. 3 out of a points lead right now is that 33 of Evan C. He tried to throw the haymaker at him, couldn't get it done. Majulis will drive that thing off of turn number 3 and 4 this time. Still your race leader. C working in the number 2 spot. Bergeron is 3rd. Once again, Evan C looking to the bottom side. There you see it. The 127 of Majulis will cut the slide off.
Oh, there you see a little trouble there for Ryan Underwood. He was up in the concrete. He has wrinkled up the right rear quarter of that car as they are now stacking up behind them, a car up in the concrete. They'll settle down here just a little bit. We're still early on in this feature event, so these drivers need to take a deep breath. As there you see Rich Murtaugh coming through the field. That 33 dives it in on the bottom slide job. Oh, we've got contact in turn 4. They're wrinkling up the tin cans here tonight at the Eldora Speedway.
Just like a New York taxi cab, you'll bang them to the next client. Look at this. We come all kinds of crossed up. And look out, they're still crashing down the back straightaway, and we go to the caution flag. That one started as they started to get awful aggressive, getting into turn number 1 and 2, and then it ended up halfway down the back straightaway. Take a look here at the instant replay. Down into turn number 1 and 2 we go. Just not gonna work for wide. Chris Ferguson, well, on lap 14, you may not want to stick your nose where it's not supposed to be, because if you do, it can get popped off, and that's exactly what happened there in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like he drove it in there deep, Jerry, and just maybe not realize that they were already side by side above him, and Murtaugh couldn't physically go any higher on the racetrack because there was another car out there, and next to that car was the wall. So yeah, just some tough racing here early on in this feature event. And kind of funny to say, you know, early on being at lap 13, but 50 lapper here tonight. They've got plenty of time to go. How about this battle up front already? Blake Majulis, Evan C. They've traded that lead multiple times over, Jerry. So many times this season, these two drivers have been headlining this nightcap on Super Sunday Fun Day.
I tell you what, the 3 that have right up there, they're up there. You know, like we always say, the cream rises to the top. And that's exactly what's happened, as you've seen it, as Majulis, C, and Bergeron. Now, don't count out Tanner Tomasi, old tomato sauce back there in the 09 machine. He's been creeping and crawling right back there. Just been watching what's happening ahead of him, and we'll see if Tanner has got something left in the tank and can get that thing there. And Devin Morgan sitting back there in 5th, and McSwain. So right now, top 6 in my eyes, any of them has the card in their pocket to lay down and pick up a feature win.
Absolutely, and we've seen it time and time again here tonight. Plenty of options to pass. Not always easy to pass, and that driver that you throw that slide job on, it's going to get frustrating because it can be so easy for that driver to just turn, cross over, get that run, and regain the position. So we heard that in the podium presentation earlier tonight too, that this is a mentally taxing racetrack to race at. You've got to keep your head on your shoulders and keep a clear, positive mind for the entire duration, because you get a little angry behind the wheel, you overdrive the cars here, and bad things happen, and they happen quick.
I don't get angry. I mean, get frustrated sometimes. But you know what I do get some days, and it gets me hot under the collar?
Ooh, what's that?
Hangry.
Yes.
When I get hangry, look out. I mean, it's more than a sticker. It's more than a Snickers to make me. Wheeler, it takes more than a Snickers when I get hangry.
How about some White Castles? Some White Castles might cure that hangriness here, Jerry. And I bet they're fixing to serve some.
I hope so. I hope the grill is open. I mean, it's 24/7. I don't know if you've ever been to a White Castle, but they don't close. Speaking of closing the gap on your race leader is that 33 machine of Evans. See, he's around. We got big trouble up front. Cars going carnage-wise. Bergeron's upside down. We've got a big wreck on the front straightaway. We are to the yellow flag. Oh, no, not what you want to see happen here early in this one.
Front runners and major points implications in this one incident here, Jerry. Look at this. C gets there to Majulis, and then things just check up in a hurry. And oh my goodness, that is one thing you don't see. You talk about Alex Bergeron being a 3-time World of Outlaws iRacing NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series champion. He is such a clean racer, and that's why he's in these points battles. You hardly ever see that Team ABR esports car get crinkled up, and that's exactly what just happened.
Yeah, just kind of a chain reaction. You know, maybe we get a couple different angles that it looked like Majulis might have just missed his mark a little bit, and then it kind of slowed everybody else down getting into turn number 3. And when it did, it just, you know, it's that reaction time becomes very like, whoa, hang on, what just happened? Oh, it's too late. Sorry, you missed what happened. And then around it goes. But Tanner Tomasi says, I really don't care what those two did. I'm in second.
A lot of people watching our Facebook feed tonight cheering on that 09 car who's got the second spot. As looks like Alex Bergeron went to the pits. He has made it back onto the racetrack, I believe, and we'll restart deep in the field. It is Blake Majulis out front, Tomasi, Devin Morgan now third, Zach McSwain, and Adam Hammerding up there to the 5th spot. So a big change here, Jerry. And the front order of the field here as we still await the restart for the upcoming lion's share still on the board here of Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Models.
Yes, is Majulis leading this one from the lead, or from the drop of the green. Now look at this, Devin Morgan into the number 2 spot. I think they're going to say Tomasi is going to the tail. He was involved in that incident. When the yellow was waved, he was sitting backwards under the flag stand, stopped. So kind of like your short track Saturday night rules. If you're stopped when the yellow comes out, you go to the back. So tough break for old tomato sauce right there. The old Tomasi posse tuned in and watching. I know they're a little heartbroken over that as Tanner was having a great run. So that's going to move Morgan and McSwain into there. And then taking a look down through the running order. We'll have to see what happens as Pace Truck goes to the infield and we go back to the green flag.
It'll be interesting to see Bergeron, see Tomasi. How far can they come back through the field here tonight with these laps remaining here at the Eldora Speedway? Majulis leads, as you see here, Dylan Wilson into the top 5 in the 80 ride. He works the top shelf of the Speedway right in front of Cole Cabre. Cabre, podium finisher earlier tonight in the big blocks, trying to charge forward right now in the super late models.
Down the back straightaway, like we said, look at Ryan Underwood to the inside of Cabre. The big Cole Cabre on the bottom side. Here comes Underwood. Underwood's going to lay it under where? Under there. There's where he's going to try it off of turn number 4. Can't get it done as he goes back to the tire tracks of the 71.
Now he'll break out of lines. He's got to run to the inside of Cabre. Into turn 3 they go. Slide job. Nope, there's no room. Cabre in the wall. Underwood into Cabre. They continue on down the front straightaway they go. Cabre going to make a hard left turn getting into turn number 1. He gets to the inside of Underwood. Can't quite get there. So now Ryan Underwood up to the 6th spot. We move forward. There you see the 112. Devin Morgan, he rides into 3rd position. Oh, he saw the hands on the wheel going left and right. He's got his hands full inside that car right now, Jerry.
Top 5 have broken away on this one. There you take a look at it. Down the back straightaway, Devin Morgan going to lay it up there on the top. You see these guys, they flirt with disaster up on the top side. Keeping that right rear clean. Now as they get there, a little bump and a rump. Devin Morgan fighting that machine, trying to keep it in the groove that he wants. But as you watch behind him, look at, they're going to fan it up 2 or 3 wide from behind.
Great look as they are working that cushion. I tell you what, Jerry, when this cushion here at Eldora gets right up there against the wall like it is now, it gets very rough. It is not a smooth surface that you come through there. It's got ledges, it's got humps, it's got bumps, and these drivers are going to have to be very, very quick with their hands if they want to continue to run that top side of the speedway. Majulis, McSwain, Morgan, Hommerding, and Wilson remain your top 5. We're approaching the halfway point in the Mimi's Makings and Motions Warrior Logistics Super Late Model A-Main.
Everybody's starting to find their rhythm, keeping it in place. They know this one has still got half the distance to run almost. They're just shy of it, so they'll start to find that rhythm, get into it, and figure out when you have to precisely time those slide jobs, when you have to get there. As Devin Morgan back to the number 2 spot. Zach McSwain is 3rd. Majulis still leading this one. Ryan Underwood now is sizing up the 80 machine of Dylan Wilson. And look at this. Here we go for the number 2 spot.
It is on as McSwain and Morgan going to battle it out. They get side by side, and the caution flag flies over the speedway here at Eldora. We've got a yellow as we are right there near the halfway point of this main event. Jerry, here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay.
Taking a look here right in the Dixon Slinger. And some contact, and then, oh boy, that's a double. That's a double hooker. It's going to take the rollback to get a couple of them cars gone.
Hard
Dixon
right
Slinger.
turn.
Dixon Slinger with a big ride.
That is your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. We'll woe the field down. We'll get them bunched back up. The drivers have an opportunity here to catch their breath, because as we were riding on board there with Devin Morgan, we saw just how much work is going on with these drivers holding on to those steering wheels. That's just half the work, Jerry. The steering wheels are going all over the place. They're working the throttle and brake to get around the Eldora Speedway as well.
You've got to use it's kind of like I say, a good racer uses every sense that they have. The touch, the feel, the hear, the sights, the sounds, the smells. I mean, there's so many things that go on in a race car. Or, like I said, just sitting there, working the wheel at home. You still have the feel of what happens as the wheel has that feedback through it, and you've got to understand when that thing vibrates in your hand, what does it mean? Does it mean that we're in the fence? Does it mean this? Does it mean that? Get that feel. Tia Moppert there, seeing her running back there in the 20th spot. Riding along as we go back to the green flag. Blake Majulis will lead the field on into turn number 1.
By the way, Evan C. back up to the 14th position, so he's going to try to minimize the points damage in this one. Alex Bergeron, he pitted during that caution flag to continue to repair the ABR Esports number 12. Majulis, McSwain, Morgan, 1, 2, 3, entering turn number 1. Then side by side, Hommerding, Underwood, Wilson. They're battling for a top 5 position behind that.
They'll race down into turn number 3 and 4. Hommerding one off of a podium, looking back there. They'll get side by side. Now look at this battle for second. Morgan had McSwain get into the creed ahead of him. Now he's going to lay the crossover move on him. Slide it on up, drive it on down. They'll race down into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be the 25 of McSwain. McSwain back to the top. He'll grab the lip down there in turn number 3 and 4 and propel himself back to the number 2 spot.
Hommerding going to try to capitalize. He pushed getting into turn number 1. Got a little bit of the wall. Now he's got it going once again. Great battle between Zach McSwain and Devin Morgan for that second spot as Adam Hommerding enters that dance, and Ryan Underwood dips the nose off of turn number 4. He's trying to chase them down. Everybody, though, chasing Blake Majulis, who continues to ride out front in the 127. Oh, look at this, Jerry. 3 cars getting together here down the backstretch.
Hommerding tried to loosen up the 112 of Morgan. Now they're going to get together. Morgan says, it doesn't quite work that way. Underwood says, guys, just let me get around you. Then you guys can take each other out. I'm okay with that. Look at that. They're still beating and banging. Now it's going to be a 5-car battle. Look at this, man. I tell you what, the intelligence and maturity level stepped up big time there between those two drivers as they continue to beat, wail, and bang the heck out of each other.
Wow, did you just see that run by the one of Ryan Underwood, or the 46? He just took the 3rd spot. Here comes Wilson. Here's Hammerding. Oh, there's the 70 of Cardwell in the mix. Wow, things are changing around here quickly. We're going past 30 laps in and inside of 20 to go, and now it's time to crinkle up what's left of those cars. You saw the 42 of Hammerding get the right rear into the concrete. Here comes a big slider from the 112 of Devin Morgan. He goes from the bottom to the top, and he's side by side with the 70 of Cardwell.
Cardwell back around the top side one more time, lays it up there. Devin Morgan and Hammerding. I don't think Hammerding and Morgan are done yet. And you see it there. Morgan come across, parked it on the nose of Cardwell. Hammerding back there to the bottom side in that 40. In the machine on the bottom side, the 42, working the 70 machine of Cardwell. Ruggiero there in the 44 back there watching that race, and Nicole Cabré in there, and here comes Evan C. Evan C. working his way back through the field.
Now Ruggiero out of the B main with that 44 machine coming forward, already up to the 8th spot and running in front of Cabré. And here comes Evan C. into the top 10. That 33 machine on a mission. So we'll keep an eye on him as well. Davin Cardwell, the 70. You see him center of the screen. He runs in 5th, right behind Dylan Wilson, the 80. They're in front of Davin Morgan, those 3 cars. 4th, 5th, and 6th on the speedway.
Off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway, Cardwell in the 70 on the outside for the 80 machine. Down on the bottom side, that, of course, is Wilson. Here comes Morgan in the 112 car. Morgan going to lay it back on the bottom side. Is there room? We'll watch him work it on around as Cardwell still rolls the top of the racetrack. You'll see the 80 machine right ahead of him, and Wilson in the 4th spot. Here comes Cardwell back around the outside. Cardwell trying to make something happen.
Watch Cardwell. Let's see if it drives like it did last time he was up there. Oh, big slider. Watch the car start to hop there. The exit of the corner when the right rear is in what's left of the cush. These drivers are fighting these machines now, Jerry, as we enter the final stage here in just a couple of moments. These drivers really going to have to be on their game to get to the finish here tonight, as the 70 of Cardwell way down to the bottom, all the way to the top. Wilson back by him.
We're 3/4 of the way through this one. 75% of this race is in the books. Around the outside is that 70 of Cardwell. The 80 machine down around the bottom side. That, of course, is Dylan Wilson. Top 3 have broken away and running and hiding. Majulis, McSwain, and Underwood. This is the battle for 4th, and it is a good one.
It is a dynamic race right now as they continue to run varying lines around the speedway. You see those 3 cars all entered on different grooves getting in the corner. The 70 of Cardwell, he slid up the racetrack, really banged it coming off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, the 80 of Wilson trying to show patience down there on the bottom of the speedway and not light those tires up in the slick.
You got to do it. There's that strip of moisture down there. You got to try to grab it. It is about gone, though. There's something right in the midsection of the racetrack that 80 machine of Wilson is getting a hold of. That time, Hammerding seeing the 112 of Morgan get a little crossed up in front of him, trying to chase him on down. Morgan once again going to layer deep to the top of the racetrack, burn that top side in as they hustle on down, coming on into here.
We'll have to keep an eye here on the 112 of Devin Morgan and the 42 of Adam Hammerding. They raced each other with, no friendliness earlier in this feature event. We'll see if they get battling here once again. And then you see sneaking up behind them is the 33 ride of Evan C. C from that incident. He was running 2nd, went to the tail of the field. He's got the 8th spot. Here we go, side by side between the 80 of Dylan Wilson and the 112 of Devin Morgan.
Morgan still around the top side. It'll be Wilson down on the bottom. They'll work down into turn 1 and 2 side by side. Wilson and Morgan. Wilson down on the bottom, going to come up and creep and crawl, and with a meet and greet. They come together just a little bit down into turn number 3. Hang on, Evan C. gets in there a little tough. As the 42 checked up, as Hammerding checked up for the Morgan machine, as he was crossed up off of the right side of the 80 of Wilson. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. This thing is far from done. It is soon to be checkers or wreckers for 4th on back. Hommerding, here he comes. Bang! Big, huge hit to C. Knocks him up the creek. Hommerding now into the number 5 spot, or 7 spot.
The gloves are off, Jerry, and we might be reaching for whatever comes after that as we see the field making their way off of the 4th turn. That's Ryan Underwood, the 46, running in the 3rd spot as we enter just a couple laps to go. Slider can't quite get there. He battles with Zach McSwain, who's in the 2nd spot. Some traffic around them as well. So that is the race for 2nd, Jerry. We come to the white flag here at Eldora.
Final time down into turn number 1 and 2. It will be the 127 of Blake Majulis. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. Final time. Going to make them final 2 left-hand turns in the 100-yard dash down to our final feature event here on a Sunday Fun Day. It is Blake Majulis heading to victory lane along with Zach McSwain, Ryan Underwood, your top 3. Man, that thing was a grueling 50-lapper. As Blake Majulis will now solidify the points lead. Of course, him and Evan C. were tied coming in, or excuse me, him and Bergeron were tied. C was 3 points out. Things changed up as Majulis, McSwain, Underwood, Cardwell, and Morgan, your top 5.
Wilson goes 6th, Ruggiero 7th from the B main. Evan C. comes back to take the 8th spot. Adam Hommerding 9th, and Cole Cabre completing your top 10.
11 through 15, going to see Huey Quill and Randall Carter, Dylan Yeager, Tanner Tomasi rallies back to 14th, and Christopher Ferguson 15th.
Mason Lobb, Brandon Freeberg, Gavin Korkiakowski, Tia Moppert, and Richard Murtaugh rounding out your top 20.
Final 4 are going to be Alex Bergeron, Jay Place, Dixon Slinger, and Chase Hardy. So those are your official results as Blake Majulis making some victory laps, and we will await your top 3 to victory lane. Of course, they go through that. He didn't go across the scales. Didn't make sure the light turned green. So Blake Majulis parks it on the box, and we'll be back just momentarily to talk to our podium finishers. We are back, and what another great Super Sunday Fun Day it has been, as a fantabulous, fantabulous nightcap as always. And we have come across feature winner Blake Majulis. Blake, do you mind if I have a piece of that candy that you stole from the babies? Because you made it look that easy once again.
Yeah, it was definitely a good run for sure. It took me, a good 5 laps to get going in a run, just to even start hitting my line. And, I kind of wish Evan didn't wreck there and see what we had against him. This is one of his best tracks, no doubt about it. And, we've had some good races, me and him, at this track specifically. So, there at the end, I really had a lot of drive, everywhere on the track. And I was super consistent, and I felt really, really, really just, straight the whole time, just like I was never turning the wheel. So I guess that's what you look for in a setup. And, I think it's fair to say we came in late once again. And like I said, I wish we could have raced with Evan a little bit at the end and see how we held off and fended off against him. But, you can't complain about a big run like that for sure.
Exactly. 50 laps in this place is pretty grueling, as it takes concentration, getting sure and making sure you hit those marks. And well, when you are around the top like that, keeping it out of the concrete. And speaking of concrete and making things go straight and look straight, you got a lot of great sponsors on this hot rod. Little different look on the wrap this week. So who do you want to thank for the trip to Victory Lane?
Yeah, well, first off, the left rear quarter panel sponsor, Represent Limited. Go check out their website, rephard.com. Awesome apparel. Got to thank all those guys for jumping on board. Huge support. So that's definitely a new venture we got going on there, and hopefully we got a good future going here. So definitely thank you to them first. D1RT Racing, ML Performance, Matt Logan. He was on the box tonight spot, and can't thank him enough. He does a lot for my program. CFM Esports, Chris Ferguson for everything he does. Swag Design and Media, Design 75, Jeremy Ray for the sweet wrap. Showtime Decals and Apparel, Reliable Energy Solutions, Jeff Swilly for everything he does. CD Cinematography, BK Designs, and you guys for broadcasting. I appreciate it very much.
All right, Blake, we congratulations on a run and leaving with solidifying that points lead going into the last couple nights of the season. So, Sean, you found a happy individual runner-up tonight.
Sure have. Zach McSwain coming home second. Zach, you got to be pretty happy putting the car here in the second spot on the podium.
Yeah, we'll take it. Starting 11th, was able to get up through there, miss a couple of those wrecks, and got the second and felt like we had a really good car and killed it hitting the wall there. So that kind of slowed us down a little bit, but Majulis was really fast. So, but we'll take a second place any day.
50 laps here in my mind is a long race, but I've heard other drivers say, the things happen here so quick that it's not really. So what was the mentality of this race? Was it go, 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 or was it save, save, save?
Yeah, well, starting 11th, I was just going to try to be patient there, but missing those two wrecks, that got us up to like 5th or 6th, I think. So then we was just trying to stay smooth there and pick them off. I felt like we had a really good car there pretty early before we destroyed it, hitting the wall. But yeah, just once we got the second, just cruising in. So
couldn't cruise those final few laps there. Ryan Underwood caught you and applied plenty of pressure.
Yeah, car was junk, but I just kept screwing up, and he was running the top all the way around, and I couldn't run it. I kept hitting the wall, so I was just trying to run that cut down line and trying to hold him off. So luckily we was able to get second.
You did that. A lot of good sponsors on the side of that car. Who do you need to thank tonight?
My team, D12. Thank Huey, Adam putting in laps earlier. Get set up, dialed in. Thank my sponsors, Lizard Lit Pit Lights. They've come on board. Appreciate them. Thank Speed Connection, Big Al's Guns, Slicker Graphics. Thank Speed Style Graphics for this paint. Looks great. And thank Ryko Motorsports. And thank Steven for putting on this league. And thank y'all for the broadcast.
All right. There. Jerry Van Sickle, who has caught Ryan Underwood.
Ryan putting her on the box, third place. Got to feel good after watching the first 14 or 15 laps of that. Everybody kind of got aggressive up front. You just kind of stayed the course and put her up there in third and let her eat.
Yeah, I got involved in the two big cautions. I broke my left front there. It felt like it early, and I just couldn't really get the car to turn entering the corner up top, so I really had to do a slider line, and I started to catch Zach there at the end, and I just, with him running cut down, I really couldn't throw a slider, so I just really had to settle for third, even though I think we maybe could have won the race if we would have started up a little bit higher.
Yeah, that's qualify. It all starts with qualifying. You get those good qualifying runs, get you a good starting spot in the heat race, and then into the feature. But nevertheless, you kept the dig alive. You kept just digging every lap, even though you were, like I said, fighting an ill-handling race car. And it's got to feel good knowing that you put everything you had on the line and come back up to that third spot.
Oh yeah, I just wish it was a bit more. We ran good every race, but I gotta learn how to qualify. Qualifying 20th and 30th every race ain't helping me too much.
No, it won't. Well, maybe we can get you some pointers somewhere. I think you got some teammates that might be able to help you out there at VLR and get this thing all hot rod ready. So, besides the gang at VLR, who do you want to thank for the trip to the podium tonight?
C High Performance, Tac 3 Defense, Northside Graphics and Designs, everybody at Team VLR, Dirty Grass Soul, Northside Graphics and Designs, Scalf Race Wraps, CFM Esports, Chris Ferguson, ShopFergie22.com, and everybody on the car.
All right, there you go. Ryan Underwood coming home in third, and Sean, as always, it doesn't matter. The nightcap never. It makes it leaves you wanting more.
Oh, I already can't wait for next Sunday. You know, we always say like Sunday, oh, you got to go to work Monday. I look forward to these Sunday night nightcaps. What an exciting night it was here at the Eldora Speedway. Congratulations to Blake Majulis getting the win here in the super late models. Evan C. got the win earlier tonight in the big blocks. What a day it has been here with the World of Thunder Esports.
Ah, yes, it has. A big thanks to Envision Custom Graphics, Mimi's Makings in Motion, Miller Family Trucking, Golf Race Wraps, DirtFan.com, the Worldwide iRacing League, the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, and Warrior Logistics for bringing you all the great action you've seen all afternoon and into the evening. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook at World of Thunder Esports League, or visit us at worldofthunderesportsleague.com. And as always, make sure anytime you see one of our great events on Ultimate Dirt TV, like, share, send the stars and all that, because it takes a whole crew of people all Sunday to make these races possible. So we cannot thank those folks enough for what they do for us. And Sean, it's time to it's time to concert's over, the racing's over. It's time to go down and see if there's a free hot dog left and grab a wiener and head on out, I guess.
That sounds like a plan here. I'm going to go. You talked about pizza. I'm going to go see if there's maybe some cold pizza left over here. And we'll get set for another Super Sunday Fun Day rolling our way next Sunday.
All right. So always remember, never is 7 days, and never say you won't join us on Ultimate Dirt TV, because you'll be back in 7 days for another Super Sunday Fun Day. As part of the World of Thunder Esports League here on Ultimate Dirt TV, from Brett Wheeler back in the truck, my partner Sean Neistat, Jerry Van Sickle saying, "Be good. God bless. Good night, everybody."